Hello, Earth Tribe, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Welcome to your Waxing Starcast. So this reading here is good for May 22nd through June 5th, 2020 here. So as you see, of course, I've already drawn your stacks, and we'll get to your psychic, tarot, and oracle message quickly here, but of course I would like to cover just the highlights with the astrological happenings going on in the sky, in the heavens. And I'm going to keep it brief. I'm not going to go in depth, but I just want y'all to be aware of these things specifically I felt were important. So, my lovely earth signs, Saturn, Venus, Jupiter are retrograde, and they already are retrograde even at the time that I'm filming this, doing this. As always, I just want to remind you guys, those of you who are new to astrology and the psychic arts and sciences, retrogrades really are just periods of introspection. Sometimes delays can show up. They do ask us to pause and sometimes reevaluate. And, you know, it brings out, of course, the qualities that those specific bodies, planets, represent, obviously. So, sometimes with the retrogrades, of course, they can bring back some past relationships, asking us to revisit, you know, relearn or reestablish something. And that can go, you know, it goes the same way with just experiences or patterns sort of arising or coming back and coming to our attention. And retrogrades, in my professional opinion, they do have a bit more of a powerful impact because, you know, they are just generally a bit more closer to the Earth. Like, you know, when Mercury's retrograde, it's closer to our Earth. So generally, the effects can be a bit stronger. And speaking of Mercury, May 28th is the other thing I wanted you guys to know about. You know, it's Mercury moving signs, which is, of course, pretty common, but it's moving into Cancer. And with all, you know, the energy that we have going on astrologically, I thought this was an added thing to note because I feel like collectively for the whole of humanity, this is bringing us more disclosure when it comes to subjects of psychic phenomenon, extraterrestrials, other planetary life, spiritual matters, what is unseen, you know, the alchemy of energy. And this could even be bringing up stuff that has to do with our own moon, you know, maybe some new discoveries, or just some further disclosure and transparency about perhaps what has been going on for a long time regarding psychic knowledge and the moon and spirituality. All these things that I mentioned, extraterrestrial life or interaction, that kind of stuff, I feel like can really show up and it's going to be communicated a bit more clearly. So I think it's exciting. June 5th is the other major thing I wanted you to note. That's when the Sagittarius lunar eclipse is happening. The nodes of the moon are shifting, so the eclipses, you know, will be happening in different signs essentially in November of 2020 here, okay? We're going from Cancer, Capricorn to Gemini, Sagittarius. So this is altering our view, destiny, path as a collective, as the world, as a unified body, and pointing us in some new directions, towards new discoveries. So it's really interesting, and that's all I'm going to say about it. We're going to get right into your psychic messages. Let me just get a drink real quick. All right, starting with Capricorn. Your oracle message is watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax, Capricorn. No need to work, no need to worry about work and the fact that you might not be getting anything done, or that you're not furthering things as efficiently or as fast as you'd like to, Capricorn. Just lie back and observe what is happening around you, and observe what's happening specifically in nature, outside. That's what this waxing phase is really calling you to do. Take some time. Allow yourself some space and time that leaves you completely uninhibited, not distracted by the news, by all the different narratives going on out there, by other people. It's time to rejuvenate, Capricorn. And yes, the waxing phase of the moon is often about taking more action, feeling a bit more energy, but for the most part, you are really being called to just chill out and be an observer. And let's see what more is coming through with your tarot. Ooh, okay, so the Lady is showing up as a situation here for you, Capricorn. Okay. Another card of receptivity, of just sitting down, lying back, and letting things come to you, letting things grow and develop on their own. Yes. I also feel like you'll be surprised at how the world, at how your connections, society, community is willing to help you out, or is willing to give to you in some way. I feel like you're going to be receiving some sort of gift, or extra abundance, extra resources, or money even. And it's not something you have to push for. It's not something you have to fight for. It's something you can just receive, but you have to lie back and just trust. Your trust is being tested here. Your faith is being tested, Capricorn. And I'm getting the message here of indulging. You have full encouragement, Capricorn, to indulge a little bit more now. Like, indulging doesn't mean you have to spend a whole lot of money doing something either. If you have the money to do that, great. If you don't, there's several little things, indulgences and pleasures that you can experience, that you can give yourself. Simply going to the park, picking some wildflowers, eating a good meal, working on a new craft, getting crafty, or maybe you've never gotten crafty before, playing with chalk on your sidewalk, Like doing, you know, just little pleasures like that, giving yourself that. You'll be surprised at how reinvigorating, calming, and balancing it is. Six of Pentacles. Speaking of balancing, it's showing up here, especially when it comes to your work ethic, your money, material things. Bringing more balance to that, bringing more equality, yeah, just balancing the scales there, Capricorn. Allowing the space and room for that to happen. And a lot of it, again, comes with trust and faith. I do feel like, Capricorn, for you, a Taurus is showing up pretty strong. But there could be a Virgo or fellow Capricorn showing up to help influence, inspire, support you in some way here too during this period. So pay attention to that. There's a message here, Capricorn, of rediscovering the miracles in your natural environment, with the outdoors, in regards to the physical pleasures. There's a rediscovery and receptivity there that I think is going to really touch you and boost your trust again. But you still have to put in that effort, consciously decide to trust and have faith as well. You know, give other people the chance. Give other people the chance. Give yourself another chance. Beautiful. There you have it, Capricorn. So, Taurus next. Taurus, you have transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Love it. A lot of new perspectives and visions and, goodness, just overall transformations happening with a lot of the signs, Taurus. A lot of the fixed signs, I feel like, too. So you're not alone there. I feel like this is definitely a transformation that is going to ultimately, boost your vitality, your zest for life. There are some things that have to burn away. Toxic memories, toxic patterns, toxic habits, toxic relationships, toxic dialogues, conversations that need to burn away so that you can rebirth in all your glory here, Taurus. A big change is being asked of you during this waxing cycle. Let's see what your tarot messages are. Okay, whoop, Two of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like one of the water signs got similar energy to this. So you might want to watch the water sign video, Taurus, but Two of Pentacles. I'm hearing and feeling that you might be at a crossroads. You might be feeling at a crossroad and conflicted about two different paths, two different options, two different people even. Two different viewpoints I'm getting for some of you Tauruses as well. Being torn between your beliefs, you know, sticking with what you have been taught, what you've been led to believe, what you've been programmed to believe, and then what you feel you must transform and evolve to believing. I do feel like astrology, turning to the ancient language of astrology and connecting more with your psychic abilities and spiritual ear, you know, so turning inward and listening a bit more will give you the insight and whatnot that you need. Definitely an Aquarius energy showing up here, so pay attention. There might be an Aquarius coming into your life, Taurus, or that might already be there, who's giving you a nudge or helping support you along this path, along, you know, being stuck between decisions or being at the crossroad, you know, like we said. And definitely what I'm getting here with the stars, you want to take the path. You want to take the offer. You want to take and make the decision that is going to elevate you higher. That is going to consciously, spiritually lift you up, Taurus. That will equally, with the star here, will equally give you that inner fulfillment and that outer fulfillment. You know, emotional, spiritual fulfillment and material, financial, physical fulfillment. There is a message here, Taurus, of making friends with two different parts of yourself, and two different parts of yourself that may contradict each other. You might find yourself coming across a little contradictory. You know, we have like this energy I'm getting of the rebel and then the saint. You know, the rebel and the saint who wants to fit in, and, you know, the person who wants to adhere and follow the rules and follow the social norm to fit in. But then there's the rebel side of you too that wants to do your own thing and doesn't, you know, care if you get disapproval. There is that sort of inner dialogue I feel going on for some of you Tauruses. Fear not, a cleansing is on its way, and this cleansing is going to give you the perspective. It's going to give you the knowing. And like I said, going with the option that really elevates your senses and gives you that fine balance is going to be the right option. So, you know, you just have to ask yourself, really look at which path, which option gives you that. And boom, you will have your answer. That's all that's coming through with this. So there you have it, Taurus. Moving on here, Virgo. Last but not least, Virgo, we have stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. I do believe Scorpio got this, so you might want to watch the water sign reading because you might be interacting with them a little bit more during this waxing phase. So there you have that. Stepping into power. You might find yourself with some knowledge or in a position that asks you to lead more in some way. You know, to be the head of something, to be the boss. And you're being asked to handle that delicately. And to be bold and to, I am hearing a message here of going against the grain, going against the traditional way of operating. Going against traditional procedures, Virgo. And I know that can be hard for a lot of you Virgos sometimes because, you know, I know you guys, and that's fine. Tradition is great, and it's great to have those roots, but I feel like a lot of you, especially during the times we're living in, are being called to step out of that a little bit. And it does take strength, but you have it. You have the strength, Virgo. It's okay to step away from some of the rules and procedures that you have been taught. Because they no longer serve you. They no longer really serve the vast majority of the population. It is time to invoke what you feel led to do, what you feel is actually appropriate and innovative, okay, for the future. Tarot cards are 5 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. Okay, a little bit heavy energy here, but bear with me here, Virgo. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you might be faced with some difficult decisions, and decisions that have to do with poverty, helping others, helping yourself. When it comes to a poverty mindset, a mindset of lack, you know, lack of resources, lack of money, lack of physical support, physical attention, even showing up here, you know, feeling that lack. There's a feeling of missing. You missing something. Okay? And you are being asked during this waxing phase of the moon to figure out what it is that you are truly missing, Virgo. Is it just physical attention or money? Is it that kind of something or material substance, or is it more? We have the Nine of Wands showing up here in the influencing position. Are we missing a bit more strength, a bit more courage? Wishing you had maybe a little bit more of it. And you know, that allowing you to stand apart from the pack and to, you know, thrive more in this, in your own power vibration. Well, fear not. I mean, if that's the case, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find the courage. You're gonna find that backbone, Virgo, that you need to get through whatever hardship it is you're facing. Yeah. And even, sure, I'm not saying that you Virgos just have zero backbone, but during these times that we're in, one's backbone could definitely be strengthened. One's courage could definitely be enhanced during this time. Yeah. Nine of Wands. I do feel like there is a fire sign who is supporting you or pushing you. I do feel like they're pushing you more, testing you perhaps, almost initiating you in some ways. You know, pushing you to the brink of depression and anxiety to see how you overcome, to see how you cope. So it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries who is really kind of doing this. Now, they could still be offering some support. I feel like there's definitely some sort of battle, some sort of fight, some sort of conflict, struggle that is appearing here. And it's all dependent, you know, how long it lasts, when it goes away, Virgo. It's all dependent on when you step into your power, when you really project that confidence, I feel like. You know, standing up for yourself and fighting even when you are wounded, even when you are dragging, even when you are tired. Like that kind of strength, that kind of courage. There's a stamina. I feel like the universe and spirit is really wanting to push you and enhance your stamina. And it really does have to do with spiritual, you know, being fire down here, wands. I feel like it's essentially your spiritual stamina, you know, that inner stamina that is definitely being pushed to strengthen. It's almost like you're building up immune support. You're building up your immune system, your spiritual immune system, your immune system of fight and courage, and that fight or flight response. Building sort of an immunity to that, strengthening that immune system in a way, is how I would say it. So it could be a little challenging, Virgo, but man, I feel like you will be glad you did this. You will be glad you faced this after this waxing cycle. For sure. Okay, that's all that's coming through there. So, my lovely earth signs, if you want to work one-on-one with me, get more in-depth information, message me on my Etsy shop, or you can email me. That information is in the descriptions box. I am giving a really big discount on just a handful of personal readings over the next, well, I guess until they're gone. So hop on that. The discount and information for that personal reading is below. They're going to go fast. Like I said, I'm only going to probably offer 4 or 5 of these readings at this special rate. So check that out. Share with me in the comments how this resonated. And if you want to see more of these waning and waxing starcasts, and if you want me to go more in depth, you know, I might plan on doing extended readings. So there you have it. Take care. Talk to you soon and probably in the comments.